What's up, everybody? It is your boy Victor Dawson here, and in this episode, we are about to be getting into Hunty. All I gotta say is the shit is getting real now. Now, in this video, we are about to be talking about WandaVision episode 3, so let's go and get straight into it, shall we? Alright, you guys, now WandaVision episode 3, we are now in the 70s, I believe. Yes, we're not in the 70s now. The show really picked up as a Brady Bunch feel, a Brady Bunch vibe. It gave us Brady Bunch throughout the entire theme. I love the outfits, I love the colors, I love how Vision just grew some hair, and now we got a little bang bang moment. That was everything. Now, starting off with this episode, basically this episode was about Wanda and Vision's kids and about this pregnancy and how this pregnancy is just going to be fast as hell, and we ain't going to know what the hell is going on because beginning of the episode she just now learned she's pregnant, and by the end of the episode she giving birth to twins. So we gonna get into it, okay? Now, in the beginning, we have Wanda and Vision getting used to this whole pregnancy idea. First of all, before we even get into that, get into the intro. The intro was very cute. We saw them going around town looking for stuff for the baby. Back to the beginning, we see both of them get ready to have this baby. Basically, we see the doctor come in. The doctor is giving Wanda the little checkup, and the doctor was being very misogynistic, and I think that was a key, and I think that was something we need to read into. But I guess they was trying to nod and how back in those times, you know, men thought women couldn't do much, because he made like 2 references in this episode about like how women are lesser than women's brains are lesser. Like, I remember one moment he told her, you know, we tell the women that we give the women examples of their baby size by giving them fruit because it makes them catch on quicker or something like that. And then at the end, he told Monica Rambeau, he was like, oh, I think you have enough to become a nurse. And it's like, dude, excuse me, women are the world, women are 2021. Oh, excuse me, I thought we were still in that dramatic year, my bad. Anyway, we see the doctor basically tell them that they are basically 4 months old, and we have a little slapstick comedy going back and forth, which was funny. But now, I mean, the slapstick comedy to me is funny, but I be here for the real. I be here for the storyline and where we're actually going to go throughout this process. So the comedy is like, ha ha ha, it's funny, but to me, I'm just ready for the nitty gritty, just like all of us Marvel fans. So he basically tells her that she's around 4 months, and Vision and Wanda are looking at this, and they know that this is going to speed up very quickly. So they're making little jokes like, hey, what about how her pregnancy will be in the next 12 hours, knowing that he doesn't know, but you know, we are in Wanda's imaginary mind. Vision then walks the doctor out, and he sees his neighbor, Herb. Is his name Herb or Herb? It's something herby. It's something herbal. Something for past type vibe. He sees Herb, and he's like, hey, how you doing, neighbor? Herb is trimming the hedges. He's trying to get his house in order. He's trying to get the lawn in order. Well, he trims them so much that he ends up trimming the brick awning, was the brick wall that separates their houses and their landscapes. And then Vision then tells him, he's like, look, I think you're doing this a little too far. And he's like, oh, thanks, Vision, and keeps going. I just think that's crazy. I don't know if that has a whole story inside of it or what, but that is just a lot going on right there. Herb, you need to get your stuff together and get it together quickly, okay? Also, I do think that fruit has something to do with this episode in some type of way, shape, or form, because we see fruit so many different times in this episode. We see fruit. They talk about fruit in the beginning, with the doctor telling her the sizes of what, you know, her babies will be at certain months. And then we flash forward to the one scene, and Wanda is eating fruit while she's making this nursery. And then I want to say we saw fruit one more time. Yes, we see Wanda holding fruit as she's talking to Monica Rambeau and trying to hide her huge ass pregnancy to Monica. And I'm just like, okay, so we're seeing fruit a lot. So if y'all know in the comments what this fruit situation is, let me know. Anyway, we flash forward to the next scene. We got Wanda, we got Vision. They're in the nursery trying to get things prepared. Vision is reading his book, trying to get all the knowledge. He is basically trying to cram all the knowledge of how to raise a child in the next like 5-6 hours. And Wanda is eating fruit. homegirl eating her fruit. You know, she gonna stay hydrated. She's eating her fruit and she's baking the nursery, and they're talking about maybe the possibility of names. And then Wanda finally starts to feel like a kick or something, I believe. And Vision's like, well, if you're starting to feel a kick, that means you're 6 months. So let's just rewind right quick, because in the beginning of the episode, Wanda was 4 months. Vision walked outside to go talk to Herb and let the doctor out, and he came back in, and she's now like 6 months. So it's her belly had already grown. Vision made a big spectacle about it, and now she's 6 months. So clearly, we know by the end of this episode, Wanda's giving birth to some kids at this point. Then flash forward, seeing Wanda and Vision in the kitchen, learning more and more about, you know, about to have babies, and learning more and more about babies. And we see Wanda is starting to have like these pains. Now we all know, you know, she's probably having like Braxton Hicks. So, you know, of course, Vision says that in the book, like you might be experiencing Braxton Hicks. So when it gets to this point, I feel like we're already like each scene she gets bigger and bigger. Her pregnancy grows. So like at this month, I don't remember if they said it, but I kind of realized that they're probably like around 7-8 months at this point, because she's starting to get Braxton Hicks. Like she's about to have this baby. While she's having all of these different pains and contractions and all of these things, the house is going haywire. I'm guessing, you know, dealing with her witchiness and her witchiness vibes. You know, homegirl got this house going ragged. Like every time she feel a pain, something is going on in this house. And also catch when they were sitting there right after, you know, she started feeling these Braxton Hicks. They were talking in the couch and they were talking in the living room, and there's hints. Like it's like so weird what is going on, because is Wanda the villain in this series? Is Wanda like the villain and everybody's trying to stop her, or is Wanda just confused, or somebody's controlling her? Like we still do not know. Like it's so confusing, because now we see Wanda and Vision talking, and Wanda is basically telling Vision like, look, are people getting suspicious of us? It's like she's trying to bring in certain real parts of what is going on into her augmented reality world, because she's like, I feel like the neighbors are catching on to us. I feel like we're slipping. I feel like they're always trying to investigate us. I feel like that's her basically in her mind telling herself like, people are coming in to my world and people are figuring out what is going on. That's what I'm thinking. Vision is starting to try to like realize what is really going on, and Vision is getting confused. Now I think later on in this series, Vision is going to know what's up by the end of the series, because if you look in the trailer, Vision be looking confused. He be looking discombobulated. He be looking like he don't know what the hell is going on. So I really do feel like by the end, everybody's kind of going to know what's going on, and then Wanda's going to be triggered, and then it's going to be a blood out, boom, 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 boom. That's what I think is going to happen. Vision then end up saying, I think something's wrong here, Wanda. Now, when he said that, baby, Wanda didn't like that. She didn't like her baby daddy sitting there talking to her like that. What she did was she rewinded us so damn quick that I thought my damn Wi-Fi was fucked up. Do you understand? Wanda, she ain't playing no games up in this reality. As soon as she hears something real, she is kicking folks out, honey. She is not having it. Wanda is scared because she don't want nobody to get into her head. So as soon as Vision realized like a little bit of what is going on, and he said, Wanda, I think something is wrong, Wanda got stuck. She froze. And rewind time for a hot 30 seconds, and now we back at it, and then he says what she wants him to say, and then we're all fine and dandy, and we move on to the next scene. Now, Wanda, you late for that, because Wanda ain't playing no games. Flash forward, Wanda's water breaks after they have this conversation. Her water breaks, the house is in shambles, the house is going all haywire. We got rain coming in from the house because, you know, her witchiness is just all out of control. She can't keep things in line. Her body is doing it right now. So then she sends Vision off to go get the doctor that they just saw like maybe 20 minutes ago. She want to go get that doctor and bring that doctor back. But in my mind, look, you gotta understand, like, in my mind, I know you in this pocket reality, girl, but like, don't you think it's gonna be very suspicious if y'all bring the doctor back and you all of a sudden 9 months pregnant about to have a baby when he just told you was 4 months, and you ain't trying to get caught up in the scheme and you don't want people to know what's going on? Yeah, I feel like they could have did that some other way. I feel like she could have just had them babies by herself in Vision, because she don't want to hurt that. But maybe I'm reading too much into stuff and I just need to stay into her mindset, because she changes everything with her mind. So Then we go to another commercial. You know, WandaVision's legendary commercials that give us hints towards Hydra. Most of them, if not, yeah, all of them are Hydra related. And this commercial, it was very, at first in the beginning of the commercial, you see a mom, you know, taking care of her kids, stressed out because she's fixing stuff around the house. And then, you know, the whole point was a luxury bath, and the soap was, and the luxury bath powder is called Hydra Soak. At this point, they really just want us to know they want to give nods to Hydra. At this point, I guess we're going to assume every commercial is going to have some type of way, shape, or form to do with Hydra. We got it, you guys. We get it. Y'all was not trying to be subtle at this commercial. You wanted us to know Hydra, 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 Hydra. I understand. We got it. And that was it, okay, on the commercial front. So I guess to tell you guys, just expect a Hydra commercial every time, at least one, every time we watch WandaVision at this point. There was a split scene where there was a quick, like, 30-second scene where something fell in the nursery. Either something fell or somebody was trying to come in. It was a weird noise coming from the nursery. And then Wanda was like getting hesitant and scared while she was walking towards the nursery to see what's going on. And then all of a sudden, the doorbell rings and we have Monica Rambeau's character sitting right there. Well, aka Geraldine. But what I want to know is, who was that trying to get? Was that somebody trying to get up in your house? Was that somebody from? Was that Monica Rambeau? Was that somebody from Sword? Who was that? I want to know, explain that scene to me in the comments. Let me know, you guys, what was going on right there, because I really want to know. So at this point, we got Monica Rambeau's character barging in. Wanda is hiding from her. She's trying to hide her stomach from her 9-month-old, ready to give birth stomach from her. And the way that she hid this stomach was so funny to me, because she's putting on different peacoats. She's, and then it resulted to her just having a tray of fruit in front of her stomach. Like, Monica can't see that she's pregnant, but in this reality world, Wanda is basically hiding this from Geraldine in this reality world. So Geraldine, Monica Rambeau, whoever, she has not recognized this baby bump at all until towards the end of the episode. And it's just funny watching Wanda go do all these obviously I'm pregnant hides to Monica Rambeau, and Monica Rambeau's character just talking along the story. Then we get the scene of the stork coming in, and that was pretty funny to me, because Wanda thought she had that stork made, and honey, that stork said, "Bitch, I ain't going nowhere, girl. This ain't what you want, okay?" She said, "Look, honey," that stork walking around, basically, I guess trying to get Monica. I guess the stork was trying to come towards her or find out what's going on, because I believe it's a stork from, you know, the painting that she painted in her nursery. If you watched the episode already, and I'm sorry I didn't mention it, there was a painting of a stork in the nursery that Wanda painted while they were discussing things about the babies. And I guess that stork like came alive or something, and then I don't know what was the significance of that stork, but that stork then pulled up, pushed through, and kept trying to burge into the conversation and burge into the room. And Wanda was not trying to have that. Wanda kept trying to throw magic at it and get it to go away, but that thing was going through that red smoke like, baby, act black, bitch, I'm not going nowhere. I'm giving you insurance payments. You understand? So I was very concerned about that stork. Anyway, Wanda then starts to feel another sharp pain. She drops this platter of fruit that was supposedly hiding this belly, and then Monica Rambeau finds out she's pregnant. The babies are coming. House is starting to go haywire again because Wanda is feeling these contractions. These babies are about to be born. On the floor, Monica Rambeau in between them legs, honey, she like, let's go, we're gonna deliver these babies and we're gonna get it cracking. So she delivers the first baby, and then that's when Vision pulls up with the doctor, of course late. So then Wanda and Vision are sitting there holding this beautiful baby. You know, they realize that Vision ends up saying that the baby name is gonna be Tommy, and then as soon as we go in for the kiss, Wanda is going into labor again because we are having twins, and Wanda and Vision pull out another baby. So now we have two babies. Now, what I found funny was, I love how they had the doctor there in the beginning and the end, but the doctor really didn't do shit. Hell, the doctor didn't do nothing but determine that you were 4 months, because by the time y'all got back, Monica Rambeau delivered Tommy, and then Vision delivered Billy. So what the doctor was there for? They had a little quick scene where the doctor was like, they have 20 fingers and 20 toes. Well, clearly we know that because we can see, but he didn't really do anything. So I love that. I did like that little comedy factor of how they needed the doctor, but they really didn't need the doctor. I got that. But then that's when it gets real, honey. This is when it gets real. We then have Vision escorting the doctor out. He's basically thanking him for his hard work that he didn't do or whatever. And then we have Agnes. Agnes is finally pulling up to this episode, and we have Agnes and Herb out there talking about those chopped hedges and chopped brick, and they're whispering, and Vision's getting very suspicious. So Vision goes over there to see what's going on, and Agnes is basically nervous at the fact that they know Monica Rambeau, Geraldine, is in there with Wanda by herself. So Agnes was really hitting that point, like, why is she in there by herself? Is she okay? Type of situation. It was kind of like they were both scared that Monica Rambeau was in there with Wanda all alone. That's what it gave in the scene. It gave that they were just nervous and frightened. And then we flash back to Wanda talking to Monica Rambeau, and this is when it gets real. Monica Rambeau is so excited looking at her having twins, and she's like, oh my God, girl, you're having twins. I guess the word twins triggered something in Wanda's brain, and then Wanda ended up telling her some true stuff, and Wanda was like, you know, I am a twin, and this is where we finally see her bringing up her twin that died in Age of Ultron, and this is the first time we've ever heard them speak of him ever since. So I was excited that we're actually bringing him up and not forgetting about him. And she's telling Monica Rambeau about Pietro, which is her twin brother who died in Age of Ultron, and then Monica Rambeau is like getting confused, and then she, I guess, is another come to moments. Like I said in the previous review, they're having come to moments, and Monica Rambeau said he was killed by Ultron, wasn't he? Baby, Wanda did not like that. Wanda was like, excuse me, what did you say? Like, she was looking at her like, excuse me, bitch, what did you say? So we then flash forward back to Vision talking outside with Herb and Agnes, and they're basically telling him about how Monica Rambeau, Geraldine, is living alone. She doesn't have a home. It's very strange that she doesn't have no place to stay, and we don't know nothing about her, and she's brand new. Now, when they said things like that, it made me think, okay, well, Monica Rambeau must have just pulled up in this pocket reality, so she got in somehow, and now she's in here trying to get Wanda out, trying to get Wanda's head to realize that this is all fabricated, trying to, I guess, save her in some way, but at the same time, Wanda looking like she might be a villain. Wanda then is talking to Monica Rambeau, and Wanda is like, what did you say about Pietro? And she said, stuck. Hell, you can't say nothing, girl, because you already said it. You already caught on that Wanda caught on to you. So then she trying to get mad at Wanda. She telling Wanda, girl, get it under control, girls, don't be like that. And Wanda telling her to get up out her house. And next thing you know, baby, when she said that, Wanda got in her feelings. Wanda was all up in them feelings. Wanda was basically like, who are you? And then Monica Rambeau is basically like, Wanda, girl, come on. And in my mind, that was the realest moment, because it was like Monica was basically about to say, Wanda, girl, your mind messed up, girl. You is sick. Basically, that's what I thought. But then we flash forward back to Vision out here talking to Agnes and Herb, and they hinted that they can't go nowhere. They hinted that there's nowhere for them to go. Yes, they end up saying that it sounded like to me that Herb was trying to say Monica came here because we are all stuck, but Agnes stopped him before he said that. Now, when I thought that, I was like, wait a minute. If he's saying they stuck, do they somewhat know what's going on? Because at first, the first two episodes made you think Wanda was controlling everybody except for like Agnes, and maybe Agnes just knew what was going on and was trying to progress things. But then in this episode, in the third episode, you see Agnes looking nervous and confused too, and it also looked like him and Herb and Agnes was in agreement of like they're stuck there and there's nothing they can do. And I'm like, wait a minute, what is going on? Maybe in my mind, I'm like, well, maybe Wanda took over a town or something. Maybe she took over a town and they know that they're taking over, but they're just being they're just getting along to fit in, because we don't know how long Wanda's been here. We don't know how long we've been in this pocket reality. Maybe this pocket reality was made way before Wanda and Vision came into the town. Maybe it's just now this is what we're seeing, Wanda getting married to Vision. Maybe the whole setup of this was completely different. So they might be like real people every day, and it might be their neighborhood that they're stuck in that Wanda has made into a reality of hers, and has trapped them into in this whole facade. So I don't know, but we didn't get any more from them because Agnes, honey, she switched that script so quick, and we're back at Wanda and Monica Rambeau, and this is when it gets good because Monica Rambeau, she get thrown out, honey. We then cut to this cinematic experience. This cinematic view, screen goes wide, and we're back in, like, cinematic experience, like when you're watching a movie, and we have this shot of is this sign saying "Welcome to Westview," and then we see Monica Rambeau's character getting pushed out of this reality world, this force field that I'm guessing Wanda is controlling. She gets pushed out, and then we see all these sword agents and helicopters and vans and trucks and SUVs rushing over there with flashlights trying to see what's going on. And what I'm thinking is, because you do see like normal homes too, so what I'm thinking is, now my neighborhood theory, I really think it's a neighborhood situation that Wanda has taken over. And now I think Monica Rambeau, since she's been kicked out by Wanda, she's about to tell them at SWORD what she saw, what is going on. But it also, they do know to some extent what is going on, because in the end of the first episode or the second episode, you see somebody watching Wanda's reality. So I'm not sure what is going on, but I know Wanda has a reality that she don't want nobody to interrupt. She kicked Monica Rambeau ass out so quick. She said, "Girl, you ain't welcome in this home." And now Monica Rambeau on the grass, and that's all that we have for this episode. So you guys, please let me know what y'all think is going on, because I would love to chit chat with y'all in the comments. I'm so excited for this series, and I'm so excited for Falcon and Winter Soldier next in March. I have so many different theories, and I have so many different things that are going on in my mind. It's hard to tell you all everything that I'm thinking of, but I just really want to know what's tea with Wanda and Monica Rambeau, and I cannot wait until we get to episode 4. Well, we hopefully, I guess now we're in the 80s, I think. Yeah, I think we're going to be in the 80s. I think it's going to be like a Full House theme type experience. So I'm excited for that. But that was all that I got, you guys. Let me know any more theories that you all have. Let me know if I missed anything. Just let me know in the comments. I would love to interact with you guys. And make sure you hit that subscribe button. It don't hurt. Go on and hit that subscribe button. Go on and follow me on all my social medias at Victor A Dawson. And I will see y'all at the next WandaVision review. Bye, guys.